Ever feel like life throws too much at you, like you're barely holding it together? What if I told you the secret to mastering yourself, and your world has been around for over 2,000 years? No, it's not some life hack or gimmick. It's Stoicism, a timeless philosophy embraced by emperors, slaves, and warriors alike. Imagine facing any problem, stress, failure, even heartbreak, and staying calm, unshaken, and confident. That's the power Stoicism gives you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who ruled one of the largest empires in history, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." If you've ever been overwhelmed by life's chaos, Stoicism teaches us that peace begins with controlling our inner world. Today, I'll share 6 transformative Stoic strategies that will rewire your mind and elevate your life. These aren't abstract theories. They're practical tools that can help you overcome setbacks, stay focused, and find purpose. But here's the thing. Our mission is to bring this powerful wisdom to as many people as possible, because we believe it can change lives, just like it changed ours. If you find value here, please like this video and subscribe to support this little corner of Stoic-inspired growth. Every bit helps us reach others who might need these words right now. Let's build a stronger, wiser community together. Ready to take the first step? Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Don't speak ill of yourself. How often do you catch yourself saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always mess things up"? You might brush it off as harmless self-talk, but the truth is, your mind is always listening. Stoicism teaches that the way you speak to yourself shapes your reality. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to become one of the greatest teachers of his time, emphasized the importance of mastering your inner dialogue. He said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." The words we speak to ourselves become the foundation of our beliefs. Negative self-talk feeds fear, doubt, and insecurity. When you constantly criticize yourself, it's like planting seeds of failure in your mind. Over time, you start to believe that you're incapable of success, even when it's not true. But Stoicism shows us a different path. Replace self-defeating thoughts with thoughts that serve your growth. It's not about lying to yourself or pretending everything is perfect. Stoicism values truth and reason, but it also teaches that we should treat ourselves with respect and compassion. Think of how you would speak to a friend going through a tough time. You wouldn't call them a failure or tell them they're hopeless. Instead, you'd encourage them, remind them of their strengths, and push them to keep going. Now ask yourself, why don't you do the same for yourself? One exercise that Stoics used was daily reflection. They would examine their thoughts and actions at the end of each day. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal journal known as Meditations, constantly reminded himself to stay grounded and avoid unnecessary self-criticism. By being mindful of your thoughts, you can begin to catch the negative patterns before they take hold. So, if you want to level up in life, start by mastering the conversations you have with yourself. Build a habit of speaking to yourself with kindness and clarity, and watch how your confidence and resilience grow. Remember, the strongest foundation for success is the belief that you are capable. Lesson 2. Focus only on what you can control. We've all been there, stressing over things we have no power to change. Maybe it's a delayed flight, an unfair decision at work, or how someone else treated you. You replay the situation in your mind, wishing it had gone differently. But here's the truth. Stoicism drives home. You can't control everything. The only thing fully within your control is how you choose to respond. Epictetus put it simply, some things are within our power while others are not. Yet so often we waste precious time and energy trying to control the uncontrollable. Life is unpredictable, and other people's actions or external circumstances will rarely align with what we want. Stoicism teaches that instead of exhausting ourselves in a battle against reality, we should focus entirely on what we can control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions. Imagine two people stuck in the same terrible traffic jam. One is seething with anger, honking and cursing at the situation. The other accepts it for what it is and uses the time to listen to a podcast or reflect on their day. The traffic affects both of them equally, but one person is suffering far more because of their mindset. Stoicism trains us to develop that second mindset, one that doesn't waste emotional energy on things outside our control. By narrowing your focus to what you can influence, you reduce anxiety and improve your effectiveness. If you have an important meeting, don't obsess over whether others will like you or how they might react. Instead, focus on being well-prepared, calm, and confident, things you control. If you're facing a challenge, direct your energy toward what you can do next rather than wallowing in frustration over what's already happened. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This mindset is empowering. Life becomes less overwhelming because you're no longer shackled by things beyond your reach. Focus on your own actions, choices, and mindset, and you'll unlock a new level of clarity and peace. That's how you take control and level up your life. Lesson 3. Don't be a slave to your emotions. Let's be real. Our emotions can feel like a wild storm sometimes. One moment you're calm, and the next anger, fear, or anxiety takes over and drags you around like a puppet on strings. You say or do things you regret later, wondering why you couldn't keep your cool. The Stoics understood this struggle deeply and taught that while emotions are a natural part of being human, we don't have to be controlled by them. Now, this doesn't mean suppressing or denying your feelings. That only makes them stronger in the long run. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to observe our emotions, understand them, and then choose how to respond, rationally, not impulsively. Seneca, a Roman philosopher, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom isn't about doing whatever you want whenever you want. It's about mastering your inner world so that your emotions don't dictate your behavior. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Your instinct might be to shout back, escalating the conflict. But if you pause for just a moment and acknowledge your anger, you can choose a different response, one that aligns with your values and long-term goals. You might decide to stay calm and communicate clearly, avoiding a fight that could damage your relationship. That moment of choice is the key to emotional mastery. The Stoics often practiced negative visualization, mentally preparing for challenges and setbacks before they happened. By anticipating stressful situations, they were better equipped to handle them with grace. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he would encounter rude, difficult people, but that he had the power to remain kind and composed regardless. Emotions like anger, fear, and sadness are temporary, but the decisions you make under their influence can have lasting consequences. When you develop the ability to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, you take control of your life. You become resilient, adaptable, and grounded, qualities that help you level up in every area, from your career to your relationships. The next time emotions rise like a wave, remember, you can ride it without being swept away. Lesson 4. Embrace discomfort and challenges. Let's face it, most of us try to avoid discomfort at all costs. We hit snooze instead of getting up early to work out. We procrastinate on hard tasks, hoping they'll somehow become easier later. But here's the thing, growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. The Stoics understood that life's challenges and discomforts are not just inevitable, they're essential for becoming stronger and wiser. If you want to level up, you have to stop fearing difficulty and start embracing it. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show what men are." He believed that adversity is a test of character. Think about it. When everything in life is smooth, you're not being stretched or challenged. But when obstacles hit, when you fail, struggle, or face setbacks, that's when your true potential reveals itself. How you respond to those moments determines your trajectory. Will you shrink back in fear, or will you rise and adapt? The Stoics didn't just wait for challenges to come. They actively sought out ways to build resilience. One of their practices was voluntary discomfort, where they would occasionally expose themselves to situations that tested their endurance. For example, Seneca would fast or wear simple, uncomfortable clothing to remind himself that he could handle hardship. This wasn't about self-punishment. It was about preparing the mind to face life's unpredictability without breaking down. In today's world, we can apply this by doing hard things on purpose. Push yourself through that workout, even when you want to quit. Take on that difficult project that intimidates you. Step into uncomfortable conversations instead of avoiding them. Each time you face discomfort head-on, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought. Over time, challenges lose their power to scare you because you've built the mental toughness to endure and overcome them. Remember, life is going to throw curveballs. There's no escaping that. But when you stop seeing difficulty as the enemy and start viewing it as an opportunity for growth, you unlock a new level of power. Embrace the discomfort. That's where transformation happens. Lesson 5. Don't seek validation from others. We all want to feel appreciated and recognized. It's human nature. But when your self-worth depends on other people's approval, you hand over control of your happiness and confidence. Stoicism teaches that if you want to truly level up in life, you must free yourself from the need for external validation. Marcus Aurelius advised, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Think about that for a second. Why do we let others define our value when we should be the ones who know ourselves best? The Stoics believe that chasing praise is a trap. People's opinions are fickle. They can praise you one moment and criticize you the next. If you rely on others to feel good about yourself, you'll always be on an emotional roller coaster, constantly seeking approval to fill an inner void. Instead, the Stoics taught that you should focus on living in alignment with your values and principles. When you live authentically and do what you know is right, other people's opinions lose their power over you. Consider this. If you're proud of something you accomplished, does someone else's lack of recognition really change its value? Number. Their opinion doesn't diminish the hard work, growth, or meaning behind your achievement. But if you base your sense of success on their applause, you're giving them the ability to undermine your happiness. This doesn't mean you should ignore feedback or disrespect others. Stoicism encourages self-reflection and humility, but it also reminds us that we are the ultimate judges of our worth. Practice asking yourself, am I doing what I believe is right? If the answer is yes, that's all the validation you need. Start living for your own standards, not someone else's. You'll find that when you stop chasing validation, you become more self-assured and independent. Confidence doesn't come from how many people approve of you. It comes from knowing you're walking the path that aligns with your true self. That's how you take control of your life and truly level up. Lesson 6. Practice gratitude and focus on what you have. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get stuck in a cycle of always wanting more success, more money, more recognition. But Stoicism teaches us that this constant craving leads to dissatisfaction and misery. If you want to level up your mindset and your life, you need to shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Seneca put it best when he said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Think about it. How many times have you achieved something you thought would make you happy, only to quickly move on to the next thing? That's because the more you focus on what you don't have, the more you magnify feelings of scarcity and inadequacy. Stoicism offers an antidote to this, practicing gratitude. By consciously appreciating the people, experiences, and resources you already possess, you cultivate a sense of inner wealth and contentment. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Do not indulge in dreams of things you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave them if they were not yours." Imagine if you suddenly lost some of the things you take for granted, your health, loved ones, or even the roof over your head. You would long for them with a deep sense of regret. But why wait for loss to remind you of their value? Instead, take a moment each day to reflect on what you have and why it matters. Gratitude doesn't mean settling or giving up on growth. You can still strive for more, but Stoicism teaches that desire should be grounded in appreciation, not desperation. When you focus on your blessings, you develop resilience because your happiness no longer depends on external circumstances. Start small. Each day, name 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, you'll find yourself more grounded, content, and less easily shaken by setbacks. This shift in mindset will empower you to level up, because true success begins with recognizing and valuing what you already have. Gratitude is your secret weapon for peace and fulfillment. Your next move starts now. Congratulations! You've just taken in 6 powerful Stoic strategies designed to help you level up your life. But here's the real question. Which one hit you the hardest? Was it the reminder to master your emotions instead of letting them control you? Or maybe it was learning to focus on what you can control while letting go of all that external noise. Whatever it was, take a second to reflect. What's one change you can start making today to put these lessons into action? Here's the truth. It's easy to listen and nod along, but real growth happens when you engage. This isn't just another video or post you scroll through and forget. Stoicism has been changing lives for over 2,000 years, and now it's your turn to apply its wisdom in your life. I want you to think about one moment where these lessons could have saved you from stress, regret, or wasted energy. Drop that moment in the comments. I bet you'll be surprised by how many others have faced the same struggles. We're all on this journey together, but we can't stop there. Let's turn this conversation into a movement. Imagine how many people could benefit from these ideas, but have never been exposed to them. Your comment might be the one that sparks a connection for someone else. It might help them rethink how they handle a tough situation tomorrow. That's the beauty of building a community that thrives on growth and shared wisdom. Now, I've got one more challenge for you. If these strategies resonated with you, hit that like button to let us know you're with us. And if you want more content like this, more timeless wisdom, tools for self-mastery, and stories from the great Stoic thinkers, subscribe and join us. We're just getting started and you don't want to miss what's next. Seriously, your support means everything to us. Every comment, like and subscription fuels this mission to bring ancient wisdom to modern life. You've already leveled up today by learning these lessons. Now help someone else do the same. Let's keep pushing forward together. Which lesson will you apply first? Tell us below. We can't wait to hear your story.